Hey, welcome back to Perkins Garage. You guys ever seen that video on TikTok or LubeTube or whatever the hell it is, or Facebook, whatever, where he's got a cigarette and he's like, alright, so first of all I gotta do this, and then in order to do that I gotta do that, and to do that I gotta do this. Before I can do that I gotta do this. And it's all like just different motor stuff. So that's what I kind of feel like right now. So anyway, I got this section of the garage, my shop cleaned out. You can't see it, but the motor is over there. The small block is over there for now. Well, the small block 350 is over there. The small block 305 that was down there is now over here in this corner for future use. I got that where it needs to be for now. Intake, stuff like that from previous. Anyway, pulled the Chevelle out so I could clean this area out. That's over there. Making a plan to mount a vacuum on the wall. It's in the works. Because I realized now how much I love shop vacs. Gonna bring the Chevelle back over here tonight because I can't use the lift with the Chevelle because my car sits too low, and when I drive it on it, my headers hit the rams. So I can't even use this fucking lift that I got for that car. I can use it for shit that sits higher, which is fine. Pretty sweet score. Anyway, the motorcycle. Motorcycle's over here. Old Porkchop. So plan is tonight I'm gonna bring the car back over here, get ready to do an oil change on that. It's gonna sit in this area over here for the winter. I put it on these little wheel dolly things. So that's gonna happen. Wheel dolly things with two of them. I actually have SM 465 4-speed transmission sitting on. One of them's got a cracked case. I got to move those to get them over here. So once the car gets oil changed, stay with me now. Once the car gets an oil change, motorcycle gets an oil change, those are ready for bed for the winter. Then I can bring Fred back out, and Fred's going to be right here. And then I can start working on that with the 350, the transmission. How I'm going to do that, I don't know. And then the transfer cases, and get all those mounted, everything wired in, and all that stuff. So, oh, and then I got these. I might as well bring those in right now. So, hey, come on, bud. Say. What? I didn't know where you went. Oh yeah, another thing too is the boat's over on the side. I got to get Fred out of the carport in the back in order to put the boat in there. So, wish me luck. Anyway. See how they look. Oh. Dark silver finish, 18 by 8s, bolt pattern 127, 6 by 127, made where? Inside. It's Harpoon, California. like it. It's pretty neat. Pretty nifty little rims there. Those are wide. 8 inch, I guess. This is what I got. All right, so I know what you guys are probably thinking, or some of you that watch it or whatever. These are not for my Chevelle. 100% not. I got some sweet torque thrusts on that. These are for the Trailblazer Super Sport, my wife's car. I put new tires on it when we got it at 54 or 45,000 miles. I've had that for like 6 years now. It's 2008 Trailblazer Super Sport, LS2 6.0 liter all-wheel drive. It's got over 100,000 miles on it now, and the thing is basically falling apart. One thing I get tired of though is the 20-inch rims. I freaking hate the rims that are on it. We've had nothing but problems, even with new tires, where they're constantly losing air. I don't know if it's the corrosion on the aluminum rims, the original aluminum rims, but I'm done with them. I'm tired of my wife being like, "Oh, my tires are low again." So I had it. New rims. Gonna get a little more sidewall out of these because these are 18s. I think sidewall looks better. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some white lettered, or maybe some of those general grabber red lettered ones or whatever. General. Anyway, most likely gonna be black walls. My wife wanted black. These sport terrains, they come in a black one, but I think it needs a little more contrast, so I think these are going to look really good on it. They're like a gray. They're not chrome, so I think those will look good. So my plan is, and it's really hard to find tires for Trailblazer Super Sports because they're 6x127 bolt pattern, and there's not a lot out there for them. I thought maybe the new trucks, those are six lug bolt pattern, but they're like 6x135 or something like that, so they don't match. There's not very many out there, and if you can get like weld ones that are like $400, $500 a freaking rim. So I went with the best looking cheap option I can get, and it looks good. I think it looks good. I think it'll look good on the car. So anywho, I'm gonna clean this up, get these boxes in here, and get the Chevelle moved over for the night so my wife can park back in the garage and not try to kill me or want to kill me or think about killing me. So here we go. Our dog. Hey bud. Here you go, son. Come on, say. House. Alright, Hanky Panky's back in here. Gonna get the oil changed. I obviously left the park lights on. Always forget about that shit. The dog's upset. So next is change oil on this. Get it on the wheel dollies and get it up against the wall. Because my dad has to bring his you gotta do control arms on his Honda Ridgeline and do that this weekend, and then I'll also be doing this weekend. But that should give him enough, we should have enough room to do his Honda's control arms when he gets here. So okay, we'll check back with you in a little bit here, and that'll probably be it for this one. Wheels and tires going on the Trailblazer. Alright, catch you on the flip side. Alright, it is the weekend, Saturday. I just took the Chevelle out for a rip around the country block so I can get it warmed up, and now I'm going to do the oil change on it and get it put on the wheel dollies, and I think I'll probably cover it this year too. I got a car cover, so I'm going to get to work on getting it on jack stands quick here, and then get the oil out of it, go from there. Duramax on this, but I'm pretty sure this fits on the, oh, test it right here. Got a Wix 51069 for big block Chevys. Yep, works just fine. Use the extendo. Yeah. What are you doing?
Stuff and things and stuff. This part sucks.
They're the same part number, but the old one is longer. I wonder if this is an XP. Same part number. That's weird. Anyway, the reason why headers suck on these, you can't just drop the filter right out. I'll get you in here in a minute after I get this new one put in, and I'll show you. You drop it down, you sit it on the header. Then you got to reach around the other side to get on the header, and you can't. I suppose you, well, without, if you lift it up and tip it, you're going to tip it and spill all over your face. So you got to tip it the other way and let it drain out all over your header, and then pull it down. And for that reason, you can't put oil back in these, fill these up to put it back in with the header on. I mean, you could, but you're going to make a mess and you're going to spill it all over yourself. So that's why it doesn't matter. You don't have to put oil in your filter. You cannot hurt anything. Anyway, I'm going to throw this back in there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, I'll get you in here. All right. Hold on. All right, as you can see, I got oil all over. There's the filter. Focus. You can't bring it straight down. If this drain plug wasn't in the way, you probably could, but that bung, it hits the bung, so you gotta bring it down, drop it, tilt it that way, bring it down out through here. So that's what you gotta do. Alright, well, I'm gonna drop the oil, put the oil back in it, and get it back down on all four. Alright, got the filter in. I'm gonna drop the front down on the dollies, and I gotta move transmissions around because I got those on wheel dollies down here. I gotta get the back, and then put oil in it and fire it up. Get the operating temp. Check oil pressure. Oil that I'm using, 10W30. I like it to be thick, a little bit thicker. I'm using the VR1 racing and classic cars for push rod and flat tappet engines. I was using Royal Purple. I don't even remember what the price of this was, but I'm guessing it was probably cheaper than Royal Purple. But nothing but the best for my baby. This should be fine. Should be 7 quarts. Alright, I got 6 quarts in it, and it's saying it's above full on the dipstick, so I'm going to start it up and see where we're at. Check oil pressure, stuff like that. All right, like I said, that's 6 quarts. Big blocks call for 7, so I don't know why it's only 6 in there, but we'll let her drain down, fill up the pan again, and check it. Should be low. No, she's right at the full mark, so 6 quarts must be it. So when I checked it before, it was about that much above the full mark, so that leads me to believe that that oil filter filled up, and that's about a quart. So it must be 6 quarts for this big block. So now I know. Which I probably remember that. I probably knew that from last time, but I forget things pretty easily. Got a lot of shit on my mind. So Hank's all ready for winter. I'm gonna get my car cover on it and get her pushed up against the wall there, and yeah, go from there. All right, stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna cover the car. I got it on dolly, so here we go. I gotta figure out a place where I'm gonna put the motorcycle. Oh yeah. All right. Frente, front. Okay, other stuff moved around. My tires showed up. Yeah. Give me a gander at those. Went with the Italian company. Pirelli 255 60/18s, which match exact size of what the 255 50/20s would be. So shouldn't screw up my what do you call it? Speedometer. Pirelli Scorpion. Verde, whatever that means. I got all this stuff at TireRack.com. That's usually who I deal with. Either that or bbwheelsonline.com, which is a little bit of a redundant name. But anyway, that's where I got bbwheelsonline.com is where I got the wheels and tires for the Chevelle. I use Tire Rack a lot too. That's where I got the wheels and tires for the old Trailblazer. So this week I got to get those mounted and balanced and all that taken care of, and that'll be ready for the winter. So anybody interested in buying some 20-inch rims for a Trailblazer, hit me up. message down in the comments, and I'll give you some information on how to get a hold of me. The tires that are on it probably they're not even down to the wear bars, so I wanted to go a different route, so they'll be for sale. I'll probably post them on Marketplace. You can find me at Perkins Garage on Facebook. So yeah, anywho, I'm gonna continue on here. What else I gotta do? Oh, I gotta move the trailer out of the way, bring it out front, move the boat out of the way so I can park the trailer over here, get Fred out. That'll be tomorrow because I gotta use the lift tomorrow. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put the motorcycle, if it's gonna be back in my carport or not. So, alright, thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.